Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope you're having a great day. Today is the first day of my 46th trip around this sun of ours. And I am trying to do all of the things today that bring me joy. And one of the things that always makes me happy personally is talking about candles. So in today's video, I want to share my top 5 Kringle candle recommendations for the upcoming holiday season. These are all specifically holiday tree type fragrances, in that the actual Christmas tree note, or balsam for whatever note, is kind of the main focus of the fragrance. Now, I did pull out 2 other fragrances to recommend as bonuses that do have a tree note component to them, but it's not the main focus, but I think they're great fragrances and definitely worth checking out. So I'll save those for the end, but we're gonna get started with these 5 that I think are absolute must-haves. I do think that when it comes to making true, authentic Christmas tree fragrances, Kringle really kind of kills it in that department. They do such a fantastic job of creating these truly almost lifelike type fragrances, and honestly, I can't get enough of them. So Kringle kind of tends to be my go-to these days when it comes to these tree scents specifically. I think there are a lot of other companies who, do gourmands really well. There's other companies that do fruity scents really well. Every company kind of has the thing that they really excel at. And for me, when it comes to these specific holiday fragrances, when it comes to helping my house smell like I actually have live trees in here, Kringle is my go-to. I do decorate with fake trees. I obviously, as you can see, like to put out my decor a little bit early. I started at the beginning of November this year because my work schedule with holiday orders is going to be picking up here, actually starting this next week. So I am gonna be gone all day, every day. And so I just want to be able to come home to a festive holiday wonderland, which is why I'm doing all of this so early. Also, I'm filming it for my Decorate With Me series, so that will be going up the entire week of Thanksgiving. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you're subscribed. But without further ado, let's get into these Christmas tree fragrances that I think are must-haves. I'll have them all listed down below as well. I'll have them linked over at Kringle Candle. You can always use your rewards to save a little bit of money on these if you have any available, or you can use my discount code Melanie15, and that'll save you 15% off of any of these fragrances. So happy shopping if you choose to partake, but never any pressure for me. I don't think you have to buy any of these. If you happen to be in the market, however, I think these are really, really great options. So we're gonna get started with one that this shows you how much I really enjoy this fragrance. So I have a personal policy of never putting a candle away once I've started to burn it. I just have to finish that candle no matter what, because I don't want to go into my backup stash and pull out something that already has a lit wick. I don't know what it is about that. I just don't like it. But with this Christmas Stroll, which I started kind of late in December last year, I just couldn't bring myself to toss it in a crock because it burns so beautifully and perfectly. There was no reason to do that, just to finish it up. So you guys, look, these are burned wicks. I put this away last December and I'm busting it out now. In fact, I think I'm gonna light it up after I'm done with this video. You guys, Christmas Stroll, pure delight. This one actually came highly, highly recommended by my good buddy Brett over at Philly Candleman. He was like, out of all of their Christmas scents, you have to try this one. And Brett was right. It is absolutely beautiful. I think this is still his personal favorite. So if it comes highly recommended by Brett, you know it's probably a pretty good fragrance. I don't have the fragrance notes listed on the bottom of this one because this was before they really started doing that. So I will have all of the fragrance notes going across the screen. But what I really like about Christmas Stroll is that the main focus here is definitely that holiday tree note. To me, like, just on cold sniff here, it really smells like a nice mix of like a balsam and a fir. And this one has a lot of warmth running through it as well. Also, the label here really kind of gets me because when we purchased this house, there were a few things that I fell in love with when it came to this specific house. One of the first things I noticed was that someone at some point had painted the front door red. I love a red front door. I've kind of always wanted that back from like the, if you guys remember the fragrance Red Door from Elizabeth Arden. I just thought that that was like the epitome of fancy lady. And so I wanted like a red front door when I was a grown-up, which is now, and I have one. Someone else did it, which is great. It's not like the exact shade of red that I would have picked, but it's beautiful and it fits the house perfectly. And there's a red door here. I just thought, you know what, a red door with a holiday wreath on it, that just makes me happy. And I do it every year. I put this massive wreath on the door, and every time I drive up, I just think I love this house. This is our home, and it is cozy, and it's warm, and it's inviting. And yeah, this fragrance, it brings me pure joy. It's very straightforward. There's not a whole lot else going on with this. It's not overly musky. There's no fruity tones involved here. It's mostly just, it smells like a wreath. It really does. So anyway, this one I cannot recommend enough. It's absolutely beautiful and I'm in love. Next, we're gonna go straight into Christmas. Okay, listen, this is obviously the 4-wick here. Now, I cannot vouch for the other 4 wicks that the other ambassadors were sent because I obviously just received the Christmas fragrance. This one here is burning like a beast. The strength and throw are significantly better than the 2-wick. But the 2-wick in this fragrance Christmas also did a really good job of scenting almost the bulk of the downstairs of my house anyway. But that being said, if you are looking for something that is quite potent, quite powerful, I definitely recommend checking out the 4-wick in this one. Now, just to let you guys know, if you don't follow a bunch of other ambassadors, some of the other fragrances, like I think it was Cozy Cabin was one where it's not performing at the strength and throw that people were expecting. This one, you guys, it is meeting and in some ways even exceeding my expectations. This not only fills the entire downstairs of my house here, but it actually starts to travel upstairs. So this Christmas fragrance in this 4-wick, this is a winner, and I'm gonna be ordering another one for myself because I know I'm gonna be done with this before December even rolls around. Also, Jelly Donut and Macarons were also released. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need 4 wicks of both of those, but I know that I need a 4-wick of this one. Now, this one did come with the fragrance notes on the bottom, so I'll just read these off to you. Siberian fir needles, cedarwood, musk, sandalwood, and wood. This really does smell more so just like a true fir tree fragrance. There is a little bit of cedar in here as well, but it's mostly just, I would say, like a fir. Again, there's nothing crazy special about this, but it's just really, really authentic. Hi, buddy. Are you coming to be a part of my happy day? Come on, join me. Okay, guys, if you're new, this is Alf. He's my best friend. He's my pug, and I just absolutely adore him, and he is in the background of a lot of my videos, so if you ever hear any snoring, snorts, you know, things like that, it's always going to be Alf. But anyway, get you some Christmas and a 4-wick if you want a beast of a fragrance. But if you have usually done well with the 2-wick version in the past, stick with that because that performs extremely well also. So yeah, no complaints about the Christmas fragrance here. I'll be buying another one probably in the next couple days here. So all right, next is Snow Capped Fraser. I feel like this is one of those really underrated Kringle candle fragrances. Again, I'll have the notes going across the screen. But again, this one is, oh, it's so good. It really does smell like a Fraser fir. The only difference with this one from these other two is I would say Christmas and Christmas Stroll have a like a warm vibe to them. This one does have a little bit of that like cool outdoorsy air type of feeling. It's not necessarily super minty or eucalyptusy in that respect, but there's just a coolness to it. And it's one of the few like cool holiday tree note candles that I can really get behind, because honestly, I prefer the warmth of these. But this one, it's just so authentic and beautiful when it's burning that it just blends right in. If you really want to like have an experience, light all of the tree fragrances at once. I mean, it'll probably make you cough, but don't do that. But listen, this one here, I don't hear a lot of people mentioning it, but I'm telling you, it is a treasure. And just so you guys know, this was a hard list to put together because there were some other, like Cozy Christmas. I could also easily pop Cozy Christmas in here, but like I said, I was trying to keep it to a limited amount here. But next, listen, I don't think you'll be able to get this one this year, and I have confirmed that they are not doing the mercury glass jars this year, which I think is a massive freaking bummer, because who didn't love this absolutely gorgeous jar design? Could you imagine this in the floor wick? I love it. Anyway, what is this? Listen, I have like 8 of these. I fell in love with this fragrance. I'm sure a lot of you who hoard the Kringle candles the way that I do probably have this in your backup stash. It's Wishing for Christmas, you guys. Oh, it's so good. Now, the notes for this one are, they're pretty straightforward. It's basically a tree and cookie fragrance. The notes are cookies, vanilla, sugarcane, and pine. Here's the thing though, I really do think more so even than just like the sugar cookie component here, it's the pine that comes through for me. It's a very classic, very interesting, unique, sweet take on a pine fragrance, and I love this. Combining that cookie with the pine, I just think that was an absolutely fantastic decision. I think there was a fragrance very similar to this available at Yankee. Now, I never tried it back then, but I fell in love with this, and I will take Kringle's version every single day. This is absolutely delightful and a must try. Now, this one here, when I first tried this one, I did like it. But I feel like over the last couple of years, it has grown on me even more. And it's Orum and Evergreen, you guys. Have you smelled this one? If you have not, this is absolutely worth checking out. This, I do smell the tree note in here, but this is one where there's also some other things going on. There's an interesting tartness to this fragrance, and a little bit of like a fruity vibe as well. And I just think it blends incredibly well with the tree note that's in here. This is not one of those super straightforward holiday tree scents. Like I said, there's a little something else going on in this one, but it is absolutely worth checking out, and such a beautiful fragrance. And the label on this one, I just have always thought was a really good choice and really stunning. So if you've never tried the Orum and Evergreen, you gotta try this one. I'm telling you, this might, maybe I'll light this one up later on tonight. Maybe I'll just, like I said, light up all of them and just have a holiday tree explosion. I only have one Christmas tree up right now, and it's the one in the entryway. Today, I'm actually putting up 2 more trees, and then tomorrow I'll do the last one. So yeah, there's 4 trees this year. There's a lot. Okay, let me get to my 2 bonus candles now. The first one does have a tree note to it. I believe this is fir in here. You guys, Christmas time in the city. I don't know how I missed reviewing this one. I don't think that I reviewed this one, but I will be reviewing it here very shortly. Probably tomorrow's going to be a candle review day here on my channel, so I think you'll probably actually see the in-depth review of that tomorrow, because I'm just about at the halfway point. I tell you what though, this is so unique. This does have lavender in it, and listen, I do not like lavender, but the lavender that's in here is probably the most enjoyable lavender that I've ever smelled. And that's saying a lot coming from me, because I don't know, I don't usually find lavender relaxing. I find it kind of astringent smelling. It is not in this fragrance. This is so beautiful. There's a little bit of a sweet fruitiness that runs throughout this one as well. It's just incredibly unique, and it's one of those fragrances that I don't think has gotten a lot of hype, and I think it deserves all the hype in the world. Try this Christmas Chime in the City. It's an absolute stunner, you guys, and a must try. And of course, I was not going to let... Okay, sorry about that. I had a little birthday delivery at the door. But anyway, we are going to finish it off here with Vintage Pomander. Listen, I was not going to let this video go by without mentioning my own candle. Listen, there's not a super prominent tree note in here, but I did want to include just a hint of like a holiday tree note. So that's not the main focus of this fragrance. This is mostly an orange forward, hint of clove, hint of cinnamon, hint of vanilla, hint of holiday tree. Again, the main focus is the orange, because I wanted something really fresh and juicy, and yeah, something that smelled like an orange pomander. And when I stick my nose into a freshly made orange pomander, I definitely get that hint of clove. You're always gonna smell the clove, but more so I like to smell the orange itself. And this is a dream come true for me. I absolutely adore this fragrance. This one here I actually started burning last year and put it away, so this is another one of those like few exceptions that I made. But oh yeah, this one is left over from it's so juicy. This has now been sitting for over a year, and I feel like when it comes to Kringle candles, I really do think letting them sit, like even this Orum and Evergreen smells stronger to my nose than it did last year when I first purchased it. Same for this Wishing for Christmas. When did I get this one? Was this a 22 or a 23? This was a 23. This is quite potent, honestly. I really do think that there is something to curing your candles. Obviously, you shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to get your candles and just burn them right away. But I do think that allowing candles to mature a little bit can help with, you know, just the overall balance of the fragrance. I think it can help with the strength and throw sometimes, and it just helps the fragrance itself mature a little bit into the actual wax. So anyway, this one smells absolutely incredible, and this was, yeah, this was a 2023. So it is back again this year. So if you want to pick up Vintage Pomander, it is available. I know a lot of you guys missed out on it last year, and I love it so much, and I hope that you guys enjoy it as well. So this one just has that hint of tree. So if you're looking for more than that, try some of these other fragrances. I just honestly recommend them wholeheartedly, and I think you would really enjoy them in your holiday tree candle collection. Anyway, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm gonna go ahead and get back to decorating some Christmas trees, and I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. Check out the description box for the links as well as the discount code, and I will see you tomorrow for some in-depth candle reviews. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.